I don't want to delay this video any longer. Yes, today we're going to spend a little bit of time talking about one of my favorite franchises of all time, Fallout. It's been a long-running video game series, and now it's a TV series. And the TV show's about 3 episodes in by the time I'm recording this, so it seems a perfect time to talk about it. So to give you my brief history with the franchise, I came into Fallout around the time Fallout 3 was released. I remember I was over at my brother's house just being in awe of what he was playing. Wow, you can explore this post-apocalyptic Washington, D.C. There's awesome actors like Liam Neeson in it. And I remember a moment that stuck with me when he was fighting a raider, a bad guy with a sledgehammer. He hit the raider in the chest, and the raider's head, arms, and legs exploded at the same time. This game's amazing. I need it immediately is what I thought. I still play Fallout 3 and 4 pretty regularly to this day. I love New Vegas. I was very late to that game. I had to loop around back to it. But long story short, Fallout is now a huge franchise. You can find pop figures, posters, wallets, and you can also find their beverages. One of the more popular beverages, probably the most popular beverage in Fallout, is Nuka-Cola. It's like their version of Coca-Cola. And in Fallout 3, they introduced one called Nuka-Cola Quantum, which is this glowing blue beverage. And I was like, ooh, that looks tasty. In the game, I believe it's radioactive, so I don't know if I'd try it in real life. Unless, hypothetically, the Jones Soda Company released their version of it. So we're definitely going to be trying that today. And we're also going to be trying Sunset Sarsaparilla, which I believe is their version of root beer. I'm not sure. It was introduced in New Vegas. They didn't talk about the flavor too much. But either way, that's what we're going to be trying today. On Fugg it, let's try it. A big shout out to the Jones Soda Company for this. They've also released a Nuka-Cola Victory, which I have tried in a previous video. It was like a peach soda type flavor. It was really good. But I never tried the Quantum, and I also bought a second one for the purpose of not opening because I'm a nerd and I collect things. But yeah, I'm excited to try the Quantum. Let's give it a go. Oh my god. Oh my god, it's almost sour. It's a very crisp blue raspberry taste, but yeah, it's almost like a blue raspberry warhead. It's not like, you know, that level of sour, but there is a sourness to it. I absolutely love it. And I'm real curious how it would be if I hypothetically mixed it with something, because you know the channel you're watching, we're going to mix it with something. So I went to the liquor store, and I was like, okay, what's the shittiest thing I could mix this with? Popov vodka. I tried this years ago at a festival. I think it was the Gathering of the Juggalos, actually. But I tried this at a festival and fucking hated it. That was in like 2011. Haven't tried it since, so let's mix it and give it a go. I do apologize. My tripod is broken, so you don't get any cool shots of me pouring the beverage this time. But anyway, just for experimental sake, let's try the Popov by itself. Oh, God. It's cheap, awful, fucking bitey, shitty vodka. Alright. Hold on. Okay, that taste is out. Let's mix a little bit of the Quantum. Alright. Not a lot, just enough to change the color. Man, I hope that dilutes it. Alright, cheers! Oh, that's a weird mix. Well, before we go further, there's some reading material on the side. With its unique flavor and distinct bluish glow, Nuka-Cola Quantum was poised to dominate the soft drink market. Unfortunately, it was released to the public October 23rd, 2077, the same day that the bombs fell. And it even says right here, new formula, now with a sour punch. Honestly, it's pretty good, and I would have bought it either way just to support Jones Soda. The fact that they made a Fallout beverage that you can physically buy, that's awesome. I'm not a big fan of the sour flavor, and it does have 33 grams of sugar, so it's probably not something I would buy on a normal basis anyway. How was the mixed drink, though? Look, Popov it's at the tip top for one of the worst tasting vodkas I've ever had in my life. It was very harsh, had a terrible bite to it, and the blue raspberry just added flavor to it. So imagine sour blue UV vodka with a much stronger bite. Does that sound fun? Have fun with it. Let's move on to the Sunset Sarsaparilla. Alright, before we try it, let's check out the reading material first. Howdy, partner. Quench your thirst the old-fashioned way with an ice-cold bottle of Sunset Sarsaparilla, the legendary Wild West flavor cherished across the Mojave since 1918. And don't forget to keep an eye out for those elusive Blue Star caps. One day fortune just might smile your way. Fucking love these. All right, cheers. Oh. Yeah, that's what's up. That is an incredible, crisp, almost like Barg's root beer flavor. I wouldn't quite say A&W because it doesn't have that like creamy taste to it, but if you like Barg's root beer, this is amazing. That blows the quantum out of the fucking water. So, for the mixing for this, I decided to go with another cheap whiskey that I have indeed tried in the past. It is called Black Velvet, and it always makes me think of that Black Velvet 80s song every single time. Me and my brother had quite a time with this back in the day. I think we drank this for like an entire summer when we lived together, and good times were had, but yeah. I don't remember how the whiskey tastes, so let's give that a taste first. Throw that fucking shot away. All right, let's try the whiskey. Cheers. It's not good, but it doesn't have a bite, so at least there's that. I'm looking more forward to it than I am the Quantum. Let's pour some Sunset in there. Alright. So we have basically a really tasty root beer with meh whiskey. Let's give it a go. Cheers. No. So as soon as I stopped recording, I was like, oh God, get that taste out of my mouth. The mixture was awful. The Black Velvet is such a cheap, syrupy, again, not really a bad whiskey taste because there's no real bite to it, but it doesn't mix very well. It's its own thing, and it'll make everything bland. So the Sunset Sarsaparilla by itself, amazing. I wouldn't recommend mixing it unless you're going to use something way better. Maybe Crown. Maybe Crown would be better. Who knows? I went for cheap shit because, you know, I'm a cheap ass. That is going to mostly do it for the video. I really want to thank everyone for watching, and I know these videos take forever, so I want to say a very delayed Happy Thanksgiving, Merry Christmas, and Happy New Year. We're already in 2026. What the hell? You got to stay tuned, though, because my next episode is episode 300. When's it going to be out? I don't know. Could be like a week. It could be a month, but I do have a vacation coming up in a couple weeks, so I'm hoping to knock that out while I'm at it. I just work too much these days. You know how it is. But if you're a fan of Fallout, let me know. When did you get started in the franchise? If you've tried any of these Jones Soda beverages, please let me know. Overall ranking, Sunset Sarsaparilla is easily at the top. Then I would probably go the Nuka-Cola Victory, which, like I said, I've done in a previous video. And I'm not a big fan of the sour, so Quantum would be at the bottom. Oh. Excuse me. We're going to try one other weird thing today, though. I decided for experiment's sake to mix the Sunset Sarsaparilla and Nuka-Cola Quantum, and I don't know if you can tell in the video, but it's brown with blue bubbles. So I don't know if anyone's ever tried this mixture before. Let's give it a go. Cheers. That is bizarre. It's blue raspberry root beer, super sour at the end. It's making my mouth water. Anyway, that's really going to do it for this video. I hope everyone has a great day, and yeah,